All right, Muskegon inside the Driving 5 PA along with Big Rob. We got special guests in the studio. Hands very cold. This shook his hands. It's ice cold. Look at ice cold hands.
That's all that money.
That's all that money.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Brother Eric Collar's in the building from Cardinals Funeral Home. We live inside the Driving 5. How you doing?
I'm doing good, sir.
Good.
to see
What you just got done doing?
Man, working. Working. That's why my hands cold. It ain't the money. It's the work.
I know going to that vault is chilly back there.
Yeah, it's chilly. Got to keep it air conditioned and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, to keep the gold, nice color,
Yeah.
the money, so it don't get all wrinkled up and stuff.
What's new at Cardinals, man? How things been going?
Man, great. I mean, this year we are about over 50 families already. Not great for the loved one, but for business, the families has entrusted us. We have some families that have been repeative that have came before, and then we have families that never came before that seen our presentation, saw our services, saw how we serve the community, and they won in that time of their loved ones losing their loved ones. They call upon us. So business has been going great. Staff has been awesome, rock and rolling and getting things done. We're approaching those seasons, those high volume seasons in the summertime where we know we can a little be more busier than the winter. And so we're getting ready and getting set, and we kind of caught up with a lot of things, and so it's going really good.
I noticed you gave some props out to some of the sisters that's working for your staff.
Absolutely.
And I didn't know Andrea Piggy worked there.
Oh yes, listen. So Andrea, she's very new. She started with us a few weeks ago, and I tell you, she is a great asset. Like, she actually takes so much off of me now, where I can handle the business and I can do other things as come out here and see you all and be in the community. So God has placed her with us, with the staff that I already have, and it's just, I'm telling y'all, I can leave every day at 5 o'clock.
That's good.
I can leave at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
At first I couldn't, but she take that burden off.
Right. I know what it's like, man. And that's good that you found that person quick.
Yes.
Because sometimes it takes a while to find people to cultivate them.
Absolutely.
There were some other sisters that you mentioned.
Absolutely. Tori Orr. So Tori Orr, she's been with me since day one. When we didn't have a wall of paint, we weren't even open. We didn't even have a name outside the building. She was with me when I first got the building, and as we progressed, she's been with me since then. Me and her worked at a prior funeral home, and that's how we met, and we just locked in with a good relationship. And then she came over and started working for me. So she's my office manager and financial director. So she take care of the office and the finance, and she's like my backbone, like that.
Wow, that's good.
Literally, when I say backbone, she's my backbone. And my receptionist, Martha Brown, she's been with us a few months now, and she has really been greeting of people that comes in our facility with a nice smile, like nice gesture, and she does a lot of work in the back behind the scenes. So I'm grateful for them ladies. I know I'm the only guy in the office, but they respect me. They know, and they do what needs to be done. But
you're probably the youngest too, aren't you?
I am.
The boss is the youngest.
You know what? I was thinking the other day, I said, man, normally bosses are old. I'm saying I'm young, but they respect me.
Right.
Not even just because they need a check or a job, but they respect me as in, hey, we know we see his vision, and that's important in a job, that you understand the leader vision and you're willing to flow with it.
Right. Eric Cotter's in the building inside the Driving 5.
Yeah, I know how you feel. I'm the only man around here.
Man, for real?
Yeah, for real.
The only converted man.
Oh,
he originally wasn't. He's converted. He's still in transition.
Look, trying to make light of the situation, and stuff. But he's funny, man. I told you he get on me every time he here. Go ahead, PA.
Evangelist Watson wanted to say hello to you.
Hey, How you doing? Good to see you.
Sheila Watson.
Yes.
I noticed that you do a lot of social media for
Absolutely.
Yes. And that's different. That's pretty good.
It is. The reason why is because you want the people not to just feel that they come to you and you doing a loved one and you going about your business. But I want to be able to show people what we're doing, because sometimes people, hey, Carter Funeral Home, never heard. I don't know. We don't want them to have that second guess. When that time comes where they lose a loved one, hey, only person they think of is Carter's. And so people often tell me all the time, man, every time I get on social media, I see Carter. I see Carter. Right. Yes. And not just because of you seen a funeral that we did, or you see something that we're doing for a family, but we are in the community and we want to show people what we do in the community. Right. If we, like when we had the turkey
giveaway.
Yeah. That didn't have nothing to do with the funeral service, but we want the people to know we here, we love you, we in a community, we giving back to the community, and social media is a really big kick for everyone right now.
That's good. That's good. Go ahead, Big Rob. You got a question?
Did you ever get the room together? Remember when you took me to tour, you said I got a little more work to do on the kids' room. I think it was the kids' room. So we got a TV in there. I just had a family walk in there and they was just amazed. They like, wow. So we able to come to the funeral and not have to worry about the burden of our children and they don't understand it, or we don't want them to be at, here at that time. Right. And so we got that place looking really nice. You gotta come check it out. Like, we got so many toys. We got a TV. Paul,
nice.
It was when he gave me the tour of the funeral home, it was unfinished, but he was telling me what the vision was and stuff like that. You should know about that, because when you first bought this building, I thought you had lost your mind. I did. And Paul had a vision. Okay. And this was the vision. So, because none of this was here. He built these walls and sectioned it off, and everything was all his vision. Matter of fact, no, but then I watched them doodle on a piece of paper. Okay, the drawings. He didn't have a grand architect. He just doodled it on a piece of paper and was. And I was like, I didn't know he had all that in him. But he did it, so I understand it. And I was just curious about, did you get the toys and stuff like that in the kids' room? Because I thought that was different. For a funeral home, if you bring children to a funeral, he has a room they can go into. Okay. And the kids can play and watch cartoons.
Wow. And how many kids can it hold?
So at least we try to do no more than maybe 12, 13. Okay. At the most. Okay. That they can come, but if we have an overflow, we have another room that is not accessible, that we can be able to have older kids if they want to watch a movie, or that they just don't want to be there. So it's really the smaller little kids. Yeah. And if you have older kids, then we have another area that they can watch a movie or something like that while the funeral was going on. And then my aunts, they are licensed daycare providers, as well as my mom is. And so they'll assist if we have that, to make sure that, they are covering it, making sure that the children are safe while the funeral was going on at our facility. And they give the families a peace of mind, and that's also allowed them to be able to focus on, the services and the things that they're doing with their loved one, than having their children or being distracted or just feel like their child shouldn't be. And then, hey, I want to go to the funeral, but I don't got nobody to watch my kid, and I don't want to be there.
Right. Wow. And to me, that was different. I had never been in a funeral home where they had a room designed just for children. Absolutely. And that was kind of special to me. That, how you talk about just the small touches of things, Paul, or the things that's not real huge. That was a little small touch I thought was, amazing.
We got an online comment. Brother Will Robeson said, okay, just pop up here. I had the fortunate and unfortunate opportunity to work with Eric. I've never been served with more compassion and empathy by a funeral home in my life. Thanks for being there for me and my family during one of the most difficult stretches of my life.
Absolutely, man. It's a blessing to see that. And I with humbleness, I take that in consideration, and I let my staff, I show those comments to my staff so they can see that, hey, we in this together. But, unfortunately, I had to see Will at least maybe 4, I know, immediate family. I had to see him like 4 times, but even outside of that, it's been like over maybe 12, 13 people that he know this year that, that he had to see go through this phase. But at least 4 immediate family members that I dealt with, and at that time they was back to back. One passed this day, he was trying to bury the other one this day. So when you have people like him that's in the community that respect you, man, I count it all joy.
Wow. And Dr.
My pastor
said that's major.
That's
speaking of the nursery.
Yes.
How big is your hall for people for funerals? How big is it?
So we can actually hold up to at least 250, 275 people in our building. And that's just our chapel.
Yeah, I guess
that's just in our chapel. And then we have a smaller chapel that can hold at least 35 to 40. And we have a 9,000 square feet building. So we have 2 sections of the building, and then we also can host food, so they can do everything it's one-stop shop. So if they want to come in and they want to have a service and they want to eat, they can do that, and we just do everything. And I'm blessed because I can preach the funeral if I need to. I can play the piano if I need to. I don't like to sing, but I can sing in the funeral. I can do the services. I don't cook, but I got some people, girls can cook. So we try to do everything in one stop so it eases the burden off the family.
Wow. Did you ever envision yourself being in this position?
I did. I had prayed about it. I visioned. I just never know it was going to come to pass this quick. And I really didn't know if it was going to really come to pass. I doubted myself.
How many square feet is there?
9,000.
So that's definitely outside of Dr. Smith, and I know it is. It got to be the largest square feet footage of any Black-owned business.
Wow.
In this area.
Okay.
Just outside of the nonprofits, under Muskegon Family Care. We're a nonprofit, but being a for-profit business.
Absolutely.
You got to be proud of us. 9,000 square feet is a lot of footage, family. What is it, Rod? 100 feet by what? 90?
Bro, I'm not that smart.
Yeah. 100 feet by 90.
Put it on the scale, I can tell you. All right. 28 grams going to an ounce.
100 feet by what is that, man? That's got to be about 200 by 300. But that's a lot of footage, man.
You got to go by there and see it. You got to go by there, set up a time, PA, when you got a little bit of time. Go by there.
I haven't been inside a funeral home in 7 years.
But you know what? One thing that the community do say is that it doesn't feel like it. It don't. When you walk in, it don't smell like it. And one thing we're working on now is a big project that I really isn't ready for, is that we have a balcony in the back, right? So that balcony they can use for if you have a viewing and they want to go out and maybe, eat or gather. It's a big balcony where their families can eat at. They can just have fresh air. It's not in front of the business. So, I don't smoke, but if someone want to go out and, smoke, they can go to the back and they can just ease. And then there's a little pond right there. So I love beautiful. That vision. Wow. It's awesome, man.
Beautiful.
Well, how long did it take you to put all this together, like the building to be open for business?
So we got the building in February, and we was hoping to open up in April to May, and we didn't open up into June. And that's because the building was an as-is building. So it was vacant for about 2 years. So we had to go in and gut everything out. We had to build walls. We had to do different things to just make it accommodator, right? And then even besides that, now we had to have the city come in. They had their inspections, and we had to go through that. Then on top of that, there's a whole different other level with the funeral service. You got to get pre-arrangement contracts. You got to get licensed for the prep room. You got to get inspected by the state for the prep room. You got to have everything like to the T. So that was the longest process, it was not so much of getting the building prepared. It was so much of the inspections and stuff we had to go through, because I couldn't just open the front home and say, oh, I got a prep room. Nope. I had to make sure my fan was working, that it had so many cubicles for the melody, for the embalming. I had to make sure that I had an embalming table. I had to make sure I had the right fire extinguishers, the right exits. I mean, it was just, I learned a lot.
So you couldn't go to Family Dollar and get a fire extinguisher?
Man, no. Man, it had to be a right one. It had to make sure it can spray and turn. I had to make sure the light was right. It couldn't curve. It was a lot. But I'm grateful that God was with me through it all.
Right. That is a blessing, man. For you to do all that quick.
I know.
Yeah, because I know inspections alone can hold you up. You get the right inspector, man, you might not open up the next year.
We ain't gonna talk about that because I think they watching. But yeah,
right. Mother Peggy Selma, God bless you, Queen Mother. She says she's watching.
Absolutely, good to see you, Mother.
Yeah, that is good to see. Such a great person there. You got good people that support.
Absolutely, man. It's a blessing to see the community that has supported us. When I tell you, so many people walk through our doors and they just was like, we are so blessed to have you in the community. And I didn't realize how much that my firm, my company means to this community. We know we in the community and we bearing people, but not to see that how they look at us and how they see us. And some people I never even had the encounter with death, but they done seen us out in the fields. And my staff, I tried to teach them and show them the routes that, hey, even if I'm not present, I want them to feel that when Carter shows up, they show out and they respectful and professional and they talk to you right, no matter if you got a quarter, $1 or what it is.
Wow. How can they reach you?
They can reach me at 231-246-7611. And our address is 3355 Merriam Street in the city of Muskegon Heights.
Are you making time for yourself?
So that's good because I hear you go on a lot of trips and I'm like, I see why, because you need that, right? So now I have a couple trips that I have to go on next month and then a couple other trips that I'm doing because I lost my we haven't talked in a while, but last month I lost my grandmother.
Oh wow.
And when I tell you, out of every funeral I ever did in my entire life, that was the hardest funeral ever. And so now I'm kind of trying to get back into the funerals because I have not really been doing the funerals because it triggers me a little.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually getting help and going through grief counseling and trying to get the help that I can because now I have to sit on the other side. And now I'm connecting more with my families because I understand it. Right. So I am now taking those trips in vacation.
Pastor Guy said, no, he's not. Yeah. That's the balance. Because otherwise, as a business owner, you'll work forever. And you'll do it nonstop.
Wow.
And you'll lose out on relationships.
Yes.
You'll lose out on parenting time. You'll lose out on so many things that you sacrifice for your business. So try to add that balance.
I sure will.
I know we want to solve every solution tonight.
Yep.
That was my problem when I started off. I would work so many hours. Thank God I had a mom that stayed down the street from me to help me out with my daughters.
Makes sense.
But adding that balance I can give out to you, that you'll get there over time. You'll get there to the point that you'll know that, hey, this might not work. I get there next week. I have to solve by next week. Might not do it tonight.
Okay.
Pastor Dr. Guy said, Big Rob and Eric Bible study is at 6 p.m. tonight.
Yes,
because you've been going every week, right, Rob?
No, don't tell that lie to me. And my pastor watching this, don't.
What would you leave?
Pastor, that was not me. And I will not be there tonight. I have the Masons coming in for their convention. And they're starting to arrive, and some of them are very lost right now. So,
but you were there last week, right?
No.
Well, he'll send his offering, Pastor Guy.
That's my pastor.
That's my pastor.
That's my pastor.
He'll send his offering.
Hey,
he know if he asks me, I'll
you don't have to ask, Rob. You should be on auto pay. So anyway. The number again?
It is 231-246-7611.
All right, Eric Carter, y'all support him. Young good brother here in Muskegon. Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Get ready to go back to more music. Keep it here, 103.7 The Beat.